Hey folks, Mark Johnson from Tech Snobs, doing a full review on the Xperia Tablet Z. This is the latest tablet from Sony. I've been messing with it for a little while here, and it's very, very nice overall. I really like a lot what Sony's done here. Their software customizations are really nice. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I think it does add some nice value. For instance, you power it up, you could slide over for the camera. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on it. And as with most tablets, it is what it is with that. But it's still a nice feature to have. I like how you could jump right into it. And then another thing, when you get into the screen itself, it's just very, very nice screen. 1080p. Sony has just a lot of little touches here to the OS, and we're going to jump into that. First thing I'm going to kind of talk about is basically just the performance and design. Now, looking at the design of it, this is by far the best design Sony's come up with, and quite honestly, it's the best designed Android tablet I've ever used. It's just flat out pretty impressive, just what they've been able to do. This thing is only 0.27 millimeters thin, which is by far the thinnest full-size tablet out there. Only weighs about 1.09 pounds. And it's just fantastic. I mean, on the side, it's waterproof. I've, dipped it in some water. And you get that functionality. It's like it has these little flaps over each port. And basically, once you have these, completely covered up, you can see how the little tab, get on camera, that little tab fits right over the micro USB port to prevent water from going in. Now, it only lasts for, I think they say up to like 30 minutes or so, which is pretty extreme. But for the most part, that's more than enough. Obviously, I think, dropping a tablet in water is, probably hard to do. But it is available on their smartphone too, the Sony Xperia Z, which, as more smartphones get that, it's going to be a great feature. Other than that, though, like I said, design's great. Power button on the left side, volume rocker, everything's really convenient to get to. Does have NFC as well, and just very decent tablet overall. Now, when it comes to specs, it is a dual core processor. It's not the newer processor, so that can be a turnoff for some people, but it still competes very well with the tablets out there. I'm gonna go ahead and run a full benchmark using quadrant standard just to give you an idea of what it the speed of it. Okay, so we're back. And this thing is very reflective, as you can see. So we got a score of 7,619, which is okay. I mean, it's by, no means on par with the newer Snapdragon processors from Qualcomm, Galaxy S4, HTC One, and so forth. But nonetheless, still very respectable speed. And one thing I'm going to touch on the software now is just got a lot of nice little tweaks to the software. Number one, when you hit the plus button, it brings up a window on the right-hand side. You get, your widgets. You could, switch to the home screens real easily as you decide what widgets you want to put on, or if there's certain apps you want to add as far as shortcuts. You also have, what I do like is the theme part, where you could just literally just jump into a new theme, and you see the nice little animation on the side where it just jumps in between the themes real nicely. So I do like what Sony's done with that. Along with the wallpapers, the same thing. You have your live wallpapers you can go to, which they have a fair amount of them in here, overall, and overall just a decent, tablet. I like what they've done with these little software tweaks. Another thing is when you click on the button to the right at the bottom, it will automatically bring up your little remote. And the infrared port is up top, and I did set up the TV. It works great. Real nice feature to have on the tablet. I mean, you're seeing it in the phones now, but it is still nice to have on the tablet. And then when you hit the other button, these are like quick apps. And what's cool about these is, like, if I click on calendar or calculator rather, and or a browser or whatever it may be, it'll pop up over any other app I may have. So what's cool is I can literally take this app, like calculator be better, and then I'll go into, let me open up Chrome. It will be over top of Chrome. So that's definitely a real cool feature you can use. It's kind of similar, I guess a competing software tool to the multi-window that Samsung uses. And you could drag it all around and use calculator that way, and then you could go jump up into another app if you want as well, whether it be Notes or Clip Manager and stuff like that. And that always will run over top. So definitely pretty cool, when it comes to that. Overall software is not too bloated down with stuff. You look in the app tray. I did this in unboxing. You got some Sony stuff, of course, but nothing really too over the top. It does have an FM radio if you plug in a headset, which is nice. And for the most part, you can, it's Android, so anything you can get on the Play Store, you can get on here, no problem. Overall, I will say, touching on the camera, like I said, 5 megapixels, not the best, but does the job. I do like this tablet overall. I honestly think it is the best tablet I've used as far as Android goes, and it has a lot of nice features and a nice software package and all that great stuff. The only thing that I probably have the biggest issue is the price, it being $4.99. I mean, it's still, I think, priced outside of what most people are going to be willing to pay, for a product, what you're getting, in the Android space, because there's really not a lot of, great Android tablet apps that I would say you'd have to buy a 10.1-inch tablet for. I mean, the Play Store's optimized for it. Yes, you can get, some cool apps here and there, but for the most part, there's really nothing out there that stands out that's saying, hey, it's worth me paying $500 to get a Sony Tablet Z when you can, there's the Nexus 7s out there, which is small, or there's the Nexus 10. Want to pay $500, I mean, you're basically paying for the design. It's got nice specs, they're not, there's going to be tablets that come out later in the year that's going to have faster specs. There's no question about that. But I think, if you want the waterproof, if you want the nice thin light design, and you want a 10.1-inch screen, I mean, this is pretty much your only option on Android when it comes down to that. It is a bit of a dust magnet. It does grab dust very well, and it's very reflective, as you can see in the camera. But I like it, but like I said, it's $500, and there's one that you can get I want to say it's a 30, I think this is a 32 gig. Let me double check. There's also either a 32 or 64 for the price of $599. And that's definitely, like I said, the price just jumps up depending on, what you want to spend. So let's see what this one has. Yeah, so this looks like, this is a 16 gig tablet. Of course, you do have the SD storage. So 16 and 32. So, it's priced right at the same price as the iPad. So, take that for what it's worth. So overall, I'd say if you got $500, you want an Android tablet, the best one out, go for it. So thanks for watching, folks. Be sure to check out the site, tech-snobs.com, for more coverage. Take care.